For this example, what we call the active or live venue, we're using a section of the Memorial Union Food Court as our video backplate or background. We begin by setting up in a location where we are not obstructing the flow of people traffic, while at the same time limiting the chances of someone walking in between our camera and the subject. First, we set up the camera to frame our background, then set our exposures. Then one of the crew steps into frame and is seated on the chair. We carefully measure the distance between the subject and the camera, as well as the camera height, so that we can replicate that back in studio. Once we establish a tight focus on our subject, we'll have him leave the shot. Our low depth of field should leave the background with a natural blur, which can be blurred more during editing, should that be necessary. We want to be sure that such things as faces or product names are, for the most part, obscured. We'll record for about 5 to 10 minutes to avoid having to loop or duplicate footage should the in-studio recording run long. This would not be a concern with a static image covered in another example. Well, here I am in the SCS studio, sitting on the same chair that we used on location. We position our camera at the same height and duplicate the distance between myself and the camera like we did in the food court. We also consider any noticeable lighting, such as sunlight, which may be obvious in the background, and adjust our lighting direction and temperature in studio to replicate that as well. Once we set our focus and exposures, the in-studio recording begins, which can be teleprompted if desired. We can view a live composite using our in-studio Blackmagic system and the studio monitor to ensure that everything will be correct prior to editing. Any adjustments that need to be made can be done at this point, whether we end up using the in-camera footage or the live composite recording. And here's the finished composite. Well, you may be wondering, what about all that ambient noise one would expect to hear in a live setting like this? Well, we record that separately and lay that in as a separate track during post-production. This not only ensures greater control over the volume and the unexpected noises, but it helps to sell the idea that you are actually embedded in that environment. Be sure to check out the other specific chroma key examples on this page, as well as many of the projects we've produced over the years posted on our Vimeo site at vimeo.com/ASUSCS. And feel free to contact us for more information or a tour of the studio.